Of Quincy is receiving money to fund upgrades coming to their wastewater system.
WGEM Shakayla McCamick joins us now with details on the project. Shakayla.
Daniel, phase 1 of the water treatment upgrade started in 2020 with the previous diversion structures being replaced with larger ones, allowing more water to be captured and treated. Now the city is getting about $4 million from the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency to begin phase 2. This phase will include improvements to the city's high water pumps at the wastewater treatment plant and the installation of a new backup generator for the main pump station. Public Works Director Jeffrey Conti says the project should reduce sewer overflow that runs off into the Mississippi River. And Conti says the main goal of phase 2 is to maximize the amount of water that can be captured and sent to the water treatment plant.
Everyone downstream of the city of Quincy who's on the Mississippi River is impacted by that, and we would like, obviously, to keep that water for the best condition for recreational use, which Mississippi River is used, extensively for fishing and hunting and boating.
Phase 2 of the project has already begun. Crews have removed high water pumps at the Quincy water treatment plant to make room for new ones. Conti says they will install a backflow prevention device to prevent water from flooding sewers in Quincy. Shakayla McCamick, WGEM News.
All right, thanks, Shakayla. Conti says this phase of the project should be done by October, but it could last a little longer depending on supply chain issues.